So I've been involved in research on the Lamlash Bay no-take zone, which is situated just off the Isle of Arran in the Clyde. So we've been monitoring basically the recovery of species in this no-take zone. A whole range of things from what's growing on the seabed to scallops and lobsters and also fish as well, and seeing how the protection that they're afforded in the no-take zone is benefiting them relative to other areas outside that are available to the fisheries. So the no-take zone was actually established in 2008. We started our monitoring program in 2010. Ideally, we would have started in 2008, if not before. However, that was beyond our control. But what we've done instead is to monitor it over time since then, and we continue to do so. So that way we can see how trends are diverging or not inside and outside the no-take zone. So we've used a whole range of different methods to survey the no-take zone. Initially it was dive surveys, so divers just effectively swimming along the seabed, counting what they saw, and then we moved it up a notch and they started to take photos of the seabed to look at things in more detail. We then began using drop-down baited video cameras to monitor fish populations, and then lastly we've been working with commercial creel fishermen to look at populations of crustaceans such as European lobster, brown crab and velvet crabs. Overall we've seen quite a strong recovery of a number of species in the no-take zone, particularly the animals and indeed plants that don't move very much, so the things that are attached to the seabed. Biodiversity of those has increased by about 40%, but also important commercial species like scallops and also particularly European lobsters have done very well. So their numbers now are sort of 2 to 3 times higher in the no-take zone than outside on the fishing grounds. In general, there's been an increased recovery over time in the no-take zone, but it's never quite that simple. So things go up and down as environmental conditions vary from year to year. And also we've seen some species recover better than others, which suggests that maybe there's some interactions going on as well. It's our hope that high amounts of breeding within the no-take zone, particularly from the commercial species like scallops and lobsters, will be seeding the surrounding fishing grounds. And certainly the evidence suggests that that is what should be going on. There's more larger individuals that are more reproductively active. It's difficult to prove, obviously to track the dispersal of eggs and larvae from one place to the other, but the evidence suggests that's going on. And also we do know that lobsters, for example, are moving in and out of the no-take zone. So when they do that, they obviously become available to the fishery, at least for a period of time. I think the key conclusion is that these sorts of spatial management measures really have a lot to offer both fisheries and conservation. They're really great at protecting vulnerable habitats that might be affected by human activities. And if designed properly and put in the right places, they can actually offer a net benefit to marine ecosystems.